Well, good day, my friends. Today we begin the book of Ecclesiastes, chapters 1 to 4. This book is a very interesting book, and to understand it, we need to know who wrote it and the timing of the writing. Jewish tradition says it was a book of Solomon, and in Song of Solomon, he wrote that during his early years, the book of Proverbs during his middle years, and the book of Ecclesiastes during his latter years. Now, if this be the case, it would help us to understand why he is so questioning so much. In fact, one of the key words is vanity of vanities. Chapters 1, verses 1 to 2, or 2 to 3. Vanity of vanities, says the preacher. Vanity of vanities. All is vanity. What does a man gain by all the toil at which he toils under the sun? See, in Solomon's latter years, he turned to foreign gods. He married 700 wives and 300 concubines, and many of them from foreign nations, and he took on their foreign gods, and he turned his back on the one true God. But there is indication that perhaps that in this years of questioning and with all the wisdom that he had, it's one thing to have wisdom, it's another thing to use wisdom. And God had given him wisdom, and for a long time he used it. But in his latter years, he began to not use what God had given to him. In fact, we read over in chapter number 2, in verses 9 to 11, I became great and surpassed all who were before me in Jerusalem. Also my wisdom remained with me, and whatever my eyes desired, I did not keep from them. I kept my heart from no pleasure, for my heart found pleasure in all my toil, and this was my reward for all of my toil. Then I considered all that my hands had done and the toil I had expended in doing it, and behold, all was vanity and a striving after the wind, and there was nothing to be gained under the sun. Verses 13 and 14. Then I saw that there was more gain in wisdom than in folly, as there is more gain in light than in darkness. The wise person has his eyes in his head, but the fool walks in darkness. So there is indication that towards the end of his life that he began to come to his senses again. But throughout this book, the truth is, much of his questioning, much of his struggle, shall I say, you and I can relate with, because there's a lot of times we all look and say, what's the use? But friends, by the time we get to the end of the book, which we'll do this later, but I want to say, we'll understand that God is who he says he is. Well, God bless you. Have a wonderful day. See you again tomorrow. Bye-bye.